Hey everybody, it's Minius, and this is the second of 7 videos looking at each of the different profiles in Mass Effect Andromeda, along with some suggested builds. This time I'll be looking at the Engineer profile, and usually, I always go Engineer. I love the thinking behind the Omni tool, which is kind of a 3D printer combined with a portable computer that feels very sci-fi to me. But for the first time in this series, being an Engineer actually works as far as combat quality goes. Equipping the Engineer profile increases your combo explosion damage and your tech restoration and defense, but also buffs your tech constructs, increasing health regeneration, and damage. Each statistical bonus is increased depending on the rank of your Engineer profile, which you can increase by spending points on tech abilities and tech passives. The more points you spend, the higher your rank. The Engineer profile also gives you the Combat Drone perk, which is this little floating orb that does 2 different things. First, it increases the recharge rate of your tech abilities, and secondly, it will self-destruct if an enemy gets too close, which stuns them and sets them up for combo explosions. If your drone does self-destruct, you will lose your recharge bonus, but the drone will come back after a short amount of time. Now, I've got 4 builds for you here, though it is important to keep in mind that Mass Effect Andromeda's combat system is designed to be as customizable as possible. Swapping one or more of these abilities out for something you like better is something I absolutely encourage. My first build is the one that I used during my first full playthrough, and I absolutely love it. Made up of Incinerate, Energy Drain, and Overload. This build is incredibly balanced, as you got abilities that can specifically damage shields, synthetics, armor, and organics, but I like it because of the tech explosions. Incinerate primes enemies for fire explosions, which can then be detonated by either Energy Drain or Overload, but both Incinerate and Energy Drain can be spec'd to both prime and detonate enemies, which means that if you choose to spec things that way, any 2 of these abilities you have equipped can be combined for a combo explosion, and if you want, you can chain all 3 to do massive amounts of damage fast. This is helped by the increased recharge speed of the Engineer profile's Combat Drone, which allows you to bring your tech abilities at a rapid pace. My second build is kinda cheap, but is good for those of you who don't want to focus too much on abilities, and is made up of the combination of Assault Turret and Remnant VI. Basically, equipping these 2 tech constructs allows you to play as conservative as you like, relying on those constructs and squad mates to deal the damage while you stay alive. You can equip any other ability as your third. You can go with Invasion to debuff your enemies. You can go with Energy Drain to maintain your shields, but I like Tactical Cloak best, as it allows you to get away from danger easily. And I think having the robots do your work for you is really funny. Your Remnant VI will follow you around, meaning you only have to deploy it once, but your assault turret is thrown in a fixed position. Once you've killed all of the enemies in your immediate area, it might be a good idea to manually destroy your turret so you can call in another as soon as possible. And you can do this by holding down the button you used to call in your assault turret in the first place. My third Engineer build is based around guns and using Invasion and Cryo Beam to temporarily stun and debuff enemies, making them easy to take down. And this build is great if you aren't that good of a shot. Shooting a frozen enemy is a lot easier than shooting a moving target, and hitting an enemy with Invasion not only makes them weaker, but causes them to freak out for a bit, giving you an easy chance to take them out. Both Cryo Beam and Invasion have incredible range too, so you can pick off enemies from a reasonable distance if you so choose. I prefer heavy-hitting assault rifles or pistols for this build, but really anything should work as long as it hits hard enough to take full advantage of incapacitated enemies. Again, for your third ability, you can take your pick. I recommend a detonator ability like Overload or Energy Drain, which allows you to shatter frozen enemies in a cryo explosion, but you can also use Tactical Cloak to take advantage of dealing damage with your guns. My final build is really more of a hybrid build, and I'll go into much more detail with it in my Infiltrator video, but it revolves around the duo of Tactical Cloak and Flamethrower. If you decide to use this with an Engineer profile, which helps the recharge speed of these abilities, be sure to use a Detonator ability as your third, specifically Energy Drain or Overload, so you can take advantage of the combo bonuses the Engineer profile also provides. One final tip: While meleeing enemies is fun, I don't recommend using an engineer profile for a melee build. Part of what makes the engineer profile a solid profile is the recharge speed bonus your combat drone gives you. If you close in on an enemy to melee them, your drone will detonate and your recharge speed bonus will be lost. Though you can intentionally take advantage of that drone's EMP explosion stun if you like, but remember, be creative with these builds. You're gonna find something that you like. I've got a soldier video up already, but next up I'll go into the 5 remaining profiles: Adept, Sentinel, Vanguard, Infiltrator, and Explorer. But if you like this video, please give it a like. It really helps out the channel. Keep an eye on MiniusGC for other profile kits as well as other Mass Effect videos. But for now,
have a pleasant day.